Hey, I'm Lady T and this is Lady T Lux. In my last video, I revealed my giveaway item, which is this gorgeous 4-key right here. Boom! Just like that. So yes, we're going to be having a look at this little cutie today. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link that somewhere up here for you guys, I guess. And if you guys are in the market for a key holder from Louis Vuitton, I do have the 6-key. I also have the cute 4-key, and I also have it in the 4-key in the Vernie. So we're going to be taking a look at these 3 little beauties right here. We're going to look at measurements of these pieces. We're also going to look at the materials of each of these items. We're also going to be taking a look at what fits. Hopefully this will be informational for you guys, and this will help you decide on which piece is best for you. So if you love content on sustainable luxury from an everyday person in a positive and encouraging environment, then you've found the right place. I post once a week and I am Canadian. I'm a luxe addict. I have a small obsession, like just tiny obsession, with designer handbags and small luxury items. I do reviews, unboxings, information, and I hope to also provide a little bit of inspiration. So if this type of content interests you, then I hope you will consider subscribing once you've viewed this video, and also if you enjoy it, please give it a like. So with that, let's get real. So if you are interested in any of the key holders from Louis Vuitton, then I have the 3 of them right here, and I wanted to do a review. Shout out to Chris, who might be watching and is considering buying one of these lovely items. And this will help you just be able to decide a lot more clearer on which item will work best for you. So let's get started. So for this portion of the video, I wanted to turn the camera around so that you could see the items in much better detail. And I also thought it would be beneficial for me to measure the key fob, because I figured that, you know, it would help you decide if yours would fit if you measured yours. And it really just helps the situation just knowing the measurements of this piece as well. So I did measure this. This fob that I have is 3.25 this way from end to end. And then it is at its widest point. It is 1.5. So 1.5, and then 1/2 inch as well. And then I just have 3 keys. First piece I'd like to discuss is this little 4-key in the monogram. So this is what this looks like. And first I'm going to give the dimensions of this item here. So for the purpose of saving time in this video, I did just already pre-measure everything, and I will leave the dimensions on the screen for each of the items. So this one measures 4.15 across and 2.25, and then this is 1/2 inch in thickness here. The canvas is 1 centimeter thick. So it has a thickness of 1 centimeter. If you can see that. And then I also did measure, because I wanted to see, this helps with the capacity and knowing, right? So I did measure the whole piece of canvas. The whole piece of canvas measures 6.4 inches across. And then also what I did for the purpose of capacity is I measured from the button to the button. So I measured from this middle button right in the middle, and I measured all the way to the middle of this one, and the 4-key measures from button to button 4.75 inches. So that is the dimension of this piece here. So next I'd like to give the dimensions on the Vernis 4-key, and this one here is the exact same here as the 4-key in the monogram. So this one here is 4.15 inches across. This is where it differs just slightly, in that the this is wider than the 4-key. So this one here in across is 2.4 inches. So it's slightly bigger than this one. This one measures as, again, 2.25 and this is 2.4. It is the same width. This one here is about 1/2 inch. So is this one. This one is just slightly thicker, and I think it's just in regards to this coating here. So, and then this one as well is 1 centimeter. However, with that coating, it does feel a little bit thicker. And then I did measure the whole piece of Vernis here, and when we're talking about that, this is the exact same as this one. This is 6.4 inches, but this is where it differs from this one again. So when we measure from button to button, so from the middle of this button to the middle of this button, this measures 5.15 inches. And so that's where you get a larger capacity with the Vernis, because this one here is almost 3/4 of an inch more capacity than the 4 key in the Monogram. So next I wanted to look at the 6 key, which is this right here, and this also is a 4.15. This is 2.75 inches across, and the same at 1/2 an inch. So when we look at the whole piece of canvas, this measures 7.4 inches across. So it is exactly 1 inch longer with canvas than the 4 keys. And from button to button, so from the middle of this button all the way to the middle of this button, it is 5.8 inches. And so this one has extra capacity in that it is 3/4 of an inch bigger than the Vernis. Next, I'd like to talk about the materials of all 3 pieces. All 3 pieces are made in France. So these 2 here are both made in 2020. And then this one is a 2017 piece, I believe. However, Louis Vuitton did have this item in stock, which shocked me, in 2019, which is when I bought this brand new from boutique, never used, but it was a discontinued item, but they had one. So I snatched it up. So yeah, all 3 are made in France. This 4 key, when we talk about the materials of this, the first thing I wanted to note is the shape of this one. This one is straight across versus the Vernis, which has more of an envelope style as well. So you can kind of see that the button placement is slightly different on these 4 key, and I do believe that's what adds to the capacity of this one here, is that the button placement is not down here, but because of this envelope style, it's up just a tiny bit from the regular 4 key. So I did also want to mention that. So when we were looking at the this 4 key, you can kind of see that this one here does have like a really kind of a thicker or like prominent texture on this one here than the one that I just picked up in the 6 key. And this one here is the made in France as well. However, this has more of a softer texture, I noticed. And so yeah, I'll put these like side by side here so that you can hopefully kind of see the difference. And yeah, maybe you can zoom in just a little here so you guys can see it. But yeah, so you can kind of see that there is like a little bit of a texture difference there. So yeah, I wanted to point that out. And then this one here, of course, is in the Vernis. So this one is going to differ in the interior. This is going to have a leather interior, which I think is just really nice for this piece. And then it is coated. So this is a leather piece and then coated with the embossed Vernis. So that would be a difference from the canvas piece. So these canvas pieces just have like, it's just the canvas on the inside. So yeah, that's how they would differ in, you know, shape and material. Next, I wanted to talk about what fits in each of these items, and I think I'm going to be starting out with the smallest piece, which is this item here. You could probably get, you know, 12 keys in here, just fine, if it was just keys. If it was just keys. So I will show you that, and then I will show you also and try to put the fob in here, and I'll do a fob and 1 key, and then I'll try to do a fob and 2 keys, and we'll see how that goes. As you can now see, I have the fob in here. I have my fob and 1 key. So what I do is I just kind of like lift it up like that, and then I will close it. Now this one is slightly difficult to close, even with just the fob and 1 key. So I would say this is capacity. So now here I have my fob and 2 keys in the 4 key. So I'm going to go like this again. I'm going to try and close this item, which is somewhat difficult. Hang on, let's see if I can do this again. Come on. Nope. Like this. And it won't close. However, I've done a different arrangement in that I put 2 keys onto 1. So 3 keys will fit just fine on each of these. So I did put 2 on here, and we're gonna see if that is better. And you know what? This actually closes. So that might be an option as well. However, you can see it does kind of make it a little bit thicker. And the other bad thing about this one here is you can kind of see that it buckles right here. Next, we're going to have a look at the second biggest item here, which is the Vernis, and we're going to be doing the same thing in this one here. So here I have my fob and 1 key, and so we know that since from button to button we have 3/4 of an inch more measurement in length, that it will give us more of a capacity in this one here. So we know that this 1 key and that is going to fit absolutely no problem. Now here I have the same setup with the fob and the 2 keys as I did with the 4, and this caused the buckle to happen. So I'm just going to do that with this one here, and this one closes no problem. It does get a little bit thicker when you do it this way. But yeah, it doesn't have any problems at all. I didn't like this when that happens underneath, so I actually put 2 keys on 1, and that solves that problem. So here I have the last setup for this one here, which is the 2 keys and also the fob here. Now when I go like this little one gets in the way, and I'll show you how to take out these keys in just a second, but it actually fits a lot nicer when you do it this way. So I'm going to show you how to take out these pieces take off this piece right here. And how you do that is you just press it down, and then you just slide it open like that. And then you can actually take out these pieces right here. So if you don't need it, you don't need to have them in there. So yeah, just like that again, you just press it down, and then you're going to push it out and take out the ones you don't need. So I usually, this is how I have my set up, and I will have it so that it's at the 2 and then the 4, just like that. And that makes it easier to go like this, and it gives me enough space like that. And then this is the way I use it. And it's nice and snug. The fob does not fall out, which is the one thing that I absolutely love about this one here in this size. This is the perfect size, I find. So next I'm going to show you the 6 key. So next we're going to look at this item here. So obviously this is going to have quite a bit more capacity than any of the 4 keys. Now I have the key fob in here, as well as 3 keys on each of these rings here. So we're going to close this up, and this of course is going to close no problem. But one thing I did notice is that the bottom of the fob does kind of fall out because it is quite a bit bigger than the other ones. That's not something that I particularly enjoy. It feels, you know, like it's, I don't like it. So, you know, I'm wondering if there is a hack, if you guys know of any, or if there's like an Etsy thing where I can buy one of these little things, but like it's shorter, or how to attach it so that the fob sits a lot higher, so that it actually just stays up like that. So when you close it, it doesn't fall out the bottom. That would be appreciated if you could leave a comment down below, if you have any hacks on that one. So as you can now see, I have 3 keys on 1 ring, and you can tell that, you know, 3 keys would probably be the capacity. I would say that the capacity without the key fob of the 6th key would be 18. I also wanted to have a look at if a card would fit back here, because I read some reviews that you can slide a card back in here. So we're going to have a look at that now. So for the purpose of this, we have a few loyalty cards right here. So I'm just going to put in 1 at this point. So there is 1 back there, just like that. And with the fob and the 3 keys, we're going to close that. And that's what that looks like. It does actually make it a little bit more snug with the fob not falling out. Now we're going to go ahead and try another card. So as you guys saw, there is 1 card in there already. I'm going to add to that and put in 2, and then try to close it and see how that looks. And you can see it's slightly, it makes the shape a little bit different with the cards in there. It's a lot firmer, it has a different shape to it. I mean, it's still not bad. It does make it a little bit more snug when you do that. I still only like it with the 1 card in there. I'm going to try 3. So I have my 3rd card here, just a library card. So I have the other 2 in here, just like that. And I'm going to put that 3rd one in there and just see how that is. So if we try to close it, it still closes. It does buckle a little bit more. You can kind of see that it makes it just very, very thick. But yeah, you know, if you're in a pinch and you just want to run in, this is definitely an option. I hope that this was able to help you a little bit in knowing which one would work best for you. So that's it for today's video, everybody. I hope that you found it useful and that it provided some information so that you could make a decision on which key holder works best for you. As always, keep watching until the end, and if you liked this video, please do so down below, and please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this type of content. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye everybody, much love. Hey, I'm Lady T and this is Lady T Luxe. Welcome back everybody. In today's video, I'm gonna be having, I hope to do, dang it, you know, I was doing so good. You fall and get back up, just brush it off, just brush it off, just brush it off. Don't be afraid and don't give up, just brush it off. Go be yourself, you're good enough, just brush it off. If you fall and get back up, just brush it off. So don't forget, if you've liked this video, to actually like it down below. Wait, that sounds stupid. To leave a comment down below, introduce yourself, and I post videos on designer handbags, and I'm being interrupted right now. What do you want, child? What do you want?
Do I technically count as a Luther if my voice is only heard?
Kids.
Sorry.
Kids. What are you gonna do? what are you gonna do? You know? Close the door!